Welcome back. I'm Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, and today I'm going to be showing you all how to draw the level 40 Koolasaurus from Jurassic World the Game. So this is a hybrid amphibian between Koolasaurus and Sarcosuchus. So yeah, put them together and it makes Koolasaurus. So I don't really know how they got the name to work out, but won't bother with that. So yeah, let's put in a simple outline. It's going to be facing that way. So it's got a huge head. I believe this is the first or second amphibian I've drawn, made a video on, because I did the Salamander 16 from the boss battle dinosaur. So I believe one of you requested Kool-Aid or Koolasaurus. I got mixed up because the game Beaver calls Koolasaurus Super Kool-Aid. That's what I call it. But I believe one of you requested it, but I was going to draw it anyways. I wasn't gonna not draw it because I love Koolasaurus. So I'll put in the basic outline. The feet are very cool, and I'll go into detail to draw those. It's got a short tail. Maybe the legs will be a little bit shorter because it's really quite stocky. That'll be its eye. The legs. It may look like a sloppy outline right now, but we will make it look better. So I'm always going to start with refining the head, but today I'm going to decide to refine the tail so I don't smudge everything. So I know I have a lot of requests of different dinosaurs to do, and I've mentioned this in other videos that I am going to get to them, and I was sick on Saturday, so that was why I didn't upload a video. I apologize for that, but we have a super one today. So it has these studs that come from Sarcosuchus, which is a super crocodile, if you guys don't know about it. Yeah, so it's Koolasaurus has a bunch of crocodile features. So it's like these weird spike type features that line its tail and then its head, and basically the whole Koolasaurus. Koolasaurus is actually pretty hard to tackle, but not too hard for Danny the Dinosaur Drawer, or for you guys either, but it's not that hard. I'm not going to get too into refining right now. So we'll continue these studs that go up to the back, and the whole back is cluttered with them. So first we're going to work on the tail. So the studs are a darker shade of, they're blue in color, but since we're not doing it in color, they're like a darker shade than the rest of the skin, so we'll put that in. Just darken them up with your pencil. We'll put in, we'll darken it all up. Using, put a little bit more pressure on your pencil for this part, just so it's darker. And make sure every crevice, nick and cranny is filled in with lead. And it's also got like a stripe on top. And we will do the tail stripes as soon as we finish this part. This is a lighter shade. And Koolasaurus does have lots of scales and wrinkles because it's so crocodilian. So we'll put in lines like this, which will give it a wrinkly look. And make sure to keep them bent in the direction that'll make it look like the tail is more 3D, like so. And we may add a little bit of shading to the bottom. Just give it a more three-dimensional look. And now you can put in some scales. I'm not going to fill the whole tail with scales because it has stripes, and that will cover most of the scale work that we took so much time to put in. Well, not that much time, but going to darken this up a bit more. And now we can put in the stripes. It's got very peculiar stripes. They're quite cool. They're cool for Koolasaurus. But they're different than any stripes I've done a video on, so they're like connected and split off and stuff like that. So that's sort of what they look like, and we'll darken these as well. And that's why you don't want to waste that much time doing the scales. I mean, you could put scales after, but this is going to cover up most of the scales if you decide to put them in. So I'm working on a portrait right now. I'm always working on different portraits. The only problem is, like, sometimes I'll show one of my friends a portrait and they'll be like, "Oh, you did that of so-and-so?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they're like, "Oh, you can do mine too." I'm like, "Well, I don't really want to do your portrait," but only once, I think, have I done a portrait where someone asked for it, but otherwise I just do it to show that I'm fond of the person, or I'm their friend, or I like how they look, or something like that. But I'm obviously not, I'm better at drawing, I think, dinosaurs than people. Even though I've gotten really good at drawing people lately. I've always been drawing dinosaurs, but I haven't always been drawing people, so. So now I'm going to put in the petite feet of Koolasaurus. They are webbed, which may give it extra aquatic abilities, I guess. But it's got very small feet. Put scales on top of them. And the leg is covered with stripes as well, similar to the ones on the tail. It's like all random and sporadic. I've been wanting to do another Indominus Rex video. Not the one from the game, but just the one from the movie, but I think everyone's had enough with Indominus Rex. It's been such a big deal ever since Jurassic World came out. Everyone's like, "Oh, we're tired of the Indominus Rex." Put in some wrinkles to give it some more texture. And I wonder if like a new game will come out with the movie, or probably they'll just keep the same park, but just put a bunch of add new stuff to it or something like that. Like the Jurassic Park builder has all of the different Jurassic Parks in it, which would make sense. But not Jurassic World is sort of its own thing. So was Jurassic Park, but they're sort of joined together. Especially Jurassic World, Jurassic Park 1. Which was nice, but... So now we have to tackle the back. So the top will have this type of spikes going along, and then there's smaller rows that go along the belly. But so far, the rear end and the tail of our Kool-Aid look cool. Koolasaurus or Super Kool-Aid look very good. So this is where the spikes get the tallest and they get a little bit sharper. But they're so random, like each one looks different than the other one. Some of them are packed close together. May have done that a little too quickly, but you guys can pause the video. I'm working from left to right. I don't block the picture as much as if I were drawing the head and going that way. Which is good so you guys can see like what I'm doing. I've often wondered if I should do like get an electronic type drawing thing and do videos on that, but then I hate watching drawing videos when you can't see the person's hand or the pencil. It just like makes it, I don't know, I always liked looking at the person's, seeing the pencil actually draw, instead of just seeing no pencil and it being drawn without hands. I don't know, that's my experience with that. I'm going to continue they're sort of square-like and just really bumpy and rough. I'm going to put, there's like 3 rows at least. It may look a little bit sloppy, but this is what it looks like, so I'm going to make it look better. So that's sort of what the back looks like. Now we can add some more texture to each spike. Maybe we'll make some of them lighter colored as well. Maybe we can make these a lighter shade. And the ones in the back will give it shape. I'm going to put some refinement on the top of the spine. As I said, Kool-Aid's very hard to tackle because it's like you're trying to draw a computer-generated image that doesn't look that real in some ways, so it's harder to draw. So it's going to get lighter and lighter. That's what I decided to do. Spikes will get lighter and lighter. Of course, they have to have a base, each one. Like, that looks similar to what the Koolasaurus' back looks like. Not exactly, but to make it look exact, it would actually not look that good. It would look kind of weird. So put in Koolasaurus' stomach in. Got a round belly, so we'll make the pencil marks show that it has a round belly. And the stomach also has stripes. So we'll put these in. Stripes just make it look more detailed and more professional. So put that in like that. Stripes. I hope you all had a very nice Thanksgiving. I certainly did. We had a lot of people over and a big turkey. So that's pretty good for the belly. Now we'll just put in the front arm with its stubby little forearm and tiny feet. I doubt it could do any damage with its hands or feet. They're like a frog's or a lizard's feet, I guess. And a cool feature the Koolasaurus has these 3 spikes that protrude from its forearm. So put those in there, pretty cool. And now really all we have to do is, I guess we could refine the arm a bit. Put in the stripes. And now the best part of the Kool-Aid is the head, which we are leaving the best for last, I guess, since we're going to do the head last. So we might as well put in a bit of scales, because we're not going to come back over and redraw it. Put scales in. Now we'll put in the shape of the head. And we have to add some ground, but we might do that after we finish the head. This is actually taking quite a while. Our Kool-Aid. Now I see we're over 20 minutes. So spikes continue on the head. I have to put the center in. Now the head is kind of complex. In some ways not very complex, in other ways it is. So it's got like the same type of spikes on its back. Except they're more like regular spikes, they're pointy and small. Like little pine trees. But now we have to put in the eye. It's got like a huge eyebrow type thing that surrounds the eye. Right up there, it's got a very detailed eye. Put the eyelid in. We'll darken around the eye socket a bit. Give the brow some more shape to it. There's the nose. I want to erase a bit here. Because you can't really see the other side of the head in this picture I have. So there's the middle of the head. And there's not much other detail on the head besides this, except for the stripes, and of course I'm going to put in a bit of shading and refinement. Put more head refinement here. Looks pretty good for the head, and now it has like sort of stripes, but they're more like darker areas on the head instead of stripes. It does have stripes every now and then on the head. So put in those stripes. Like so, and now all we have to do is add the bottom jaw and the ground and we'll be done. It has a weird bottom jaw which breaks when the Koolasaurus dies. Doesn't break off, but like it snaps sideways. Put in Kool-Aid's teeth. Or Koolasaurus. I keep on calling it Kool-Aid. Koolasaurus Super. I should call it Super Kool-Aid just because the gaming viewer calls it that. Put in the bottom teeth. And the bottom jaw doesn't have very much detail either. Just different shades. So Kool-Aid has been very hard to tackle. I thought it would be easier to draw our amphibian friend. So there you have it, level 40 Koolasaurus from Jurassic World the Game. Gonna put some ground so it's not just sitting in the air. You can do that just by doing long strokes with your pencil. Maybe even give it a better effect by shading a bit under it so it looks like there's a shadow under Koolasaurus. So yeah, be sure to leave a comment, subscribe, put a thumbs up. You can subscribe right here, and yeah, leave requests if you have another dinosaur, but I already have a long list, so I might actually not ask you to leave a dinosaur in the comment. But if you come the whole way drawing the Koolasaurus, I'm very pleased, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.